All right, what it do, ladies and gents? We back at it again on this Throwback Thursday. The No Boundaries crew, the fellas. Oh man, it's gonna be a fellas. What is it? What do you call the fellas? Were we all together?
What they say?
What is
Fellas
it?
night. What is
Yeah,
it?
fellas night, something
Yeah,
like
man.
that.
You know, it's a new show out called The Bros.
The
Oh yeah, I see it.
Bros.
Yeah, it's on
Yeah,
BT, ain't it?
yeah,
Yeah,
BT Plus.
yeah,
Mm.
The
yeah,
Bros.
So it's
yeah.
the three amigos right here.
I
You know what
like
I'm
it.
saying?
The
I
the three Negroes.
yeah, yeah. Hey, all right, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget down below while you're watching this YouTube, please subscribe, give us the thumbs up, click on the bell because we post a new video every Thursday. Want to make sure that you guys stay on top of us. Also, we're on all podcast platforms, Apple, Google, Spotify, and Anchor. And make sure that you subscribe there and share with your family and friends. We truly appreciate that. And give us a
What's up?
thumbs up. Yeah, no
Yeah,
doubt. Give us a
and like
thumbs
Pee Wee
up.
said, we want you to stay on top of us.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell
Stay on
somebody.
top.
Tell somebody. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
need,
All
we
right,
need, we
man.
need all we can get.
That we do. That we do. All right, Juan Fuego in the building. Deacon
What
Zaid
up?
in the
What up?
Peace,
building.
peace, peace.
Yeah, greetings and salutations, my good brothers.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So Z, so we gonna do one gotta go first,
One
or we
gotta
gonna do
go. Let's do it. One
okay.
gotta go.
So I thought about you guys because you guys are my brothers, man. And I figured let me do somebody that you guys like.
Okay. You
You
sure
have
we
an
like him?
idea? Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm
Okay.
guaranteed you guys like them.
Oh, okay. I think
I'm
I might know.
positive.
I think
I'm
I might
pretty
know.
positive.
Yeah. Even though I don't know, I think I might know.
Who do you think I'm gonna put inside the one gotta go?
Uh, is it movies?
He has been in movies, yes.
Okay. I was gonna say Martin
Martin who?
Lawrence.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know if you was gonna say, Martin
No,
somebody
Martin
else.
Lawrence. Why did I
Martin
think
Lawrence.
about that off the top? I don't know. But you said we all know. So
Yeah. Yeah, all right, all right. Juan Fuego, who do you think?
No idea, bro. No idea.
Oh, yeah, just throw somebody out there, Juan.
I,
Help
I
us out.
mean,
Just throw
I,
out
I don't
somebody.
know. I mean, we kind of like covered everybody last week.
Did we?
Yeah, man, we did Will Smith, Eddie Murphy. We did everybody last week.
yeah, we did a lot.
Oh.
But
Well, I didn't do Morgan Freeman. I haven't done Morgan Freeman.
I like
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman about 130, ain't
Yeah, he is. He
he? Yeah.
is. But
They call me Crazy Joe.
But you can call me Batman.
yeah. Hey.
I don't know.
But you are right. See, it is Martin Lawrence, man.
Yes,
Martin
sir. Yes,
Lawrence.
sir.
We're gonna go with Martin Lawrence. I know that you guys enjoy the Martin Lawrence show.
Love him. No, not enjoy it. Love
Yeah,
it.
bro.
Le-
Love it.
BET is
Hey,
on repeat for you guys on
bro,
that.
Listen,
I
listen.
got this app now, bro, that has it 24/7. I just
Wow.
turn it on and go to sleep.
Listen, my
Wow.
kids know when Martin,
Yeah.
they
Let me
singing
tell
the
y'all a
songs,
story,
bro.
bro. When Kim was pregnant with Jalen, our first child, we made a video. I made it was VHS back then. I made a VHS that we took to the hospital with us because they had you could put a tape in, and it was nothing but Martin.
Mm,
Jalen was born, right? So we watched Martin all the time while she was pregnant. When Jalen was born, Martin would come on, and you couldn't get her attention.
that's
When
crazy.
the intro came on, Martin, Martin, she just like glued to the TV like this. You call her
Like
name,
she
she wouldn't
knew.
even she
Wow.
wouldn't
That's
even look or
crazy.
nothing. As soon as the intro go off, you call her name, she'd be like, huh?
That's crazy.
Crazy, bro.
That's wild.
Well, yeah. So I guess during that time, that voice and that jingle really
Hmm.
stuck
Yeah,
with her.
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
For
All right,
sure.
well, let's do this, man. Martin
Let's
Lawrence.
go.
I'm gonna take out his top movies, like
Okay.
Bad
Okay.
Boy, because we know
Okay.
Okay.
Bad Boy for sure is gonna stay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take out Bad Boy.
Okay.
Um, I'm gonna do a couple of movies that wasn't as big, but was still dope
Yeah.
movies.
Well,
Okay.
Martin Lawrence. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. One gotta go. We got Big Mama's House,
Okay.
Blue Streak,
Mm,
National Security,
mm.
and one of our favorites, The Thin Line between Love and Hate.
Mm, mm. Oh, I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
I wanted to throw in Welcome Home Roscoe Jenkins too.
Oh, see, hey, put
Mm.
that in instead of national security
National Kid. Okay. All
Mm.
right. So here we go.
because that make it tough now.
All right.
Mm.
All right. So we got Big Mama's House,
Mhm.
Blue Streak,
Yep.
Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins,
Mhm.
and Thin Line Between Love and Hate.
I'm gonna go first because Juan over there thinking.
Yeah, he's
No,
thinking
I think I
hard.
got it. I think I
I'll
got
tell
it.
you right now, if any of those come on, for the most part, I'm gonna stop and watch.
Right.
But for me, I'll take Big Mama's House out of there. I literally just Welcome Home, Roscoe. I just watched that
Yeah.
the other day. And Thin Line Between Love and Hate. I mean, that's come on.
Classic.
And then Blue Streak is like that's
So
another
stupid. Bro.
like he's stupid.
Yeah.
So even though Big Mama House, I like that. I'm taking that out, man. Taking out Big Mama's House.
Okay.
I would agree with you. The only reason I really hate taking Big Mama's house out is because
Oh
of Nia
God.
Long.
Yeah.
That's my boo.
I figured.
But yeah, Big Mama's house gotta go. Blue Streak, bro. He's when he does his characters, bro, he's just
Right.
so
Right.
just over the top. You know what I mean? But yeah, Big Mama's house would have to go for me.
What
Okay.
about you, P? What about
Although
you?
I like the movie, right?
Yeah,
I
no
mean,
doubt.
but that's the Blue Streak or even National Security. And what was the other one?
So
Thin Line Between Love and Hate.
Oh, yeah. No question.
Yeah, that's a good one, man. What about
I would have to go. I would have to let go Big Mama's House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you compare all of these, in just like you, Juan, you can't deny Big Mama's House is still a classic joint
Right.
from
Right.
Martin. But when you pair them up to the rest of them, Big Mama's House is it.
Right.
I have to let go. So,
Yeah.
if you guys like, please go to our Instagram page and
Yeah.
cite the story.
That's a
We
good
will
one,
post
man.
this, and you guys let us know which one you guys would let go. Let us know which one: Big Mama's House, Blue Streak, National Security, or Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins, and A Thin Line Between Love and Hate.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. Those are good.
I think it is that time to get into some topics.
Yeah,
I think
man.
Zaid is pretty excited about
Not
getting
excited.
Okay,
into
but wait a
this.
minute. Before we jump into it, did you guys see the report of all the people in front of Hillary Clinton's house
Oh yeah,
That's what I heard
talking
that they.
about
lock
lock
her up.
her up and all of
Mhm.
that? Bro, she
Listen,
don't have nothing to do with
this is so.
anything anymore. Like
Hey,
it
I was
was
gonna listen. One faking, I was gonna talk to Pee Wee because Pee Wee been going in on his Twitter account. Don't think I ain't been discounting you, brother. I be following. You know what I mean? But Juan Fagan, ain't it crazy how some people they hate when you bring up Trump's past, but they always bring up Obama.
right,
You are bringing up you you can't bring up Obama. He's not president right now, bro. He
bro.
hasn't been for 4 years.
Right.
So don't talk about that because and then compare it to this. And or why are you messing with Hillary, bro?
She was never
She
president of
lost.
anything.
She didn't even get there. Like
And
what
she conceded.
and she could so why are you mad at this is just to me it's ridiculous. Watch this. I saw it, one of my people I follow, and I had to mute him. I'm sorry. But they were like, look at the Democrats out here partying and all this stuff. And, I thought we were in a pandemic. And then what? What just happened? Like well, it's supposed to be like a million MAGA march? Like, come on, dude. Like, we
And then
can't
they
have
were
it both ways.
stabbing people.
Bro, they're stabbing people. They only showing one part. Like, that's my thing. You show one side of it, P. They always want to say Antifa. But what did the do to antagonize whoever it was? Because we all know if it's a MAGA event and somebody gets into it, of course they're Antifa. They can't just be regular people that just don't agree with who you are. They got to be Black Lives Matter movement or they got to be Antifa. They can't just be regular people like you are. I mean, like, they could are, but it's just weird, bro. But I've been seeing you, P. You've been going in on some people.
But you know what though? When we get on this subject, for me, for me it goes back to Jim Crow.
Okay.
This is what Jim Crow is all about.
Right.
And the systematic racism that's here in the United States. Donald Trump has put a cult together between the Proud Boys and whoever else that wants to be part of this movement of his. They are so blind to what's going on in this world,
Yeah.
and they call us, well, don't follow, you being a sheep,
Right.
you know,
We the sheep. Right.
you the
Right.
sheep.
You know
But
what it
it's
is.
like, okay, take a second and really look again when we talk about voter stuff, homie. Up until 2016, you guys had no problem with voting.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
No problem with voting
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
until Donald Trump got in. And then all of a sudden it was Russia, you know, hacking and being involved in
Or
that's
not
what
or not even that, P, that they knew that he had a chance to lose this election. That's
right,
when they start saying that, oh, it could be a problem. It could
right.
be issues. Yeah,
Yeah,
because you know that your people doing the numbers, your people doing their
of
research,
course.
and
I
they
mean, he has a
know
lot of people that's
for
doing it,
sure, for
you
sure.
know, and to, you know, tie in talking about, you know, what Z was talking about with Obama and Hillary Clinton. You know, these are people that have nothing to do with what's going on right now.
Right, right.
Every time they get a chance, they have to bring up Obama. They have
Right.
to. It's a must. They divert. They
Right.
have to get away from what the real issue is and stuff like that. And so after that, I know that's the other phone. I'm
Oh,
sorry, y'all.
okay. No,
No
you
problem.
good.
Um,
Hey, real life, we live.
yeah,
We
we
live.
live. And like Hillary Clinton, why are you outside of her house? What did she say that
But
you
come
guys
on,
had to be
man.
outside of
Come
her
on, man.
house? And
Come
then
on, man.
two, this is my other thing. It's so funny on how at the end of the day, police show up for Black Lives Matter,
Come on, bro. Come
riot
on, bro.
gear, ready to
Come on,
go.
bro.
But
Come on,
these
bro.
Proud Boys out there in DC,
Come on,
wilding
bro.
out, doing
Come on,
stuff, and
bro.
now all of a sudden
Come
we
on, man.
ran out of riot
Come on,
gear
man.
and
Come
rubber
on, man.
bullets and tear
Come
gas.
on, man.
We run out of that stuff.
Come on, man.
It's just like, but again, this is the systematic racism that's here in America that we pick and choose what we want to call rioters, looters,
Hmm.
and stuff like
And
that.
who's
When
actually expressing their God-given right?
right,
Right.
You know what?
absolutely.
You know what I find funny, Pee Wee. Not to, I'm sorry to cut you off,
No, go ahead.
but
I mean, this is a
one thing,
dialogue.
yeah, because one thing that I do find funny is how how is it that some people consider themselves so American and patriotic? How is what you're doing patriotic? Like the thought of voting is the people choose, you lost, go home. How about we had to, I don't want to say we because I'm just, some people who didn't vote for Trump had to live 4 years with him in office. We
Right.
dealt with it. You told us that was our president too. That's
Right.
what you said. How
After
about
after winning the
right?
popular vote.
Right after losing that, he lost that.
Right.
So what's the difference now? And to me, the fact that they keep saying they're American and they patriot, patriots, bro. I have my own thoughts about that, but I don't understand how do you love America that much where you would be willing to go against what just not what is supposed to happen in a democracy
It
and call it patriotism.
it comes down to agenda. It's what fits my agenda. What is
Absolutely.
it that
Yeah,
I want to happen? I don't
right,
see anything outside of that.
right.
Right. It's this is what I think it should be and how
Mhm.
it should be. And anything outside of that doesn't matter.
Right.
Y-
Yeah.
But I mean, you know,
You sent a video, Pee Wee, to our group chat about the little boy who was learning. I think it was something like, when did you realize that you were treated differently in America or something
Hmm.
like that, where his
Hmm.
father had to teach him how, he couldn't read or anything. He had to teach him that W meant, if it starts with W, you don't use that. If it starts with C,
Mm.
you use that
oh,
for white people and color, right?
Mm.
And then he was like, "Oh, Dad, it's a parade." You go over to the parade, and it's a Ku Klux Klan march,
Mm.
right? And it's like, we didn't grow up in that area, in
Mm.
that era, right?
Hmm.
I can't imagine. I can't even imagine
Right.
having to live in that era.
Right.
but you in
They'd
that
they'd have
era though,
killed me,
Juan.
bro. They'd have killed me.
Yeah.
If I
Mm.
had the same mindset as I have right now, I'd be
Mm.
dead.
Mm. Mm.
But you know, Juan, you know what you might have, because again, they were people that stood up
Hmm.
to the racism during that time, and
Right.
some they just had to accept it. But again, we're not that far away. That was in the
Right,
50s and 60s.
Right.
That
right,
wasn't that far away.
right.
But when I say this all the time. The one thing that I will say about Donald Trump, he woke up a lot of people.
Oh,
He
definitely.
made a lot of people understand how this government is starting to work now. People are really starting to pay attention. And so now, like, let's take a look at this. The electoral college vote,
Electoral
electoral
college.
college vote. Do you realize we're in 2020 and
Right,
that is a racist,
right,
Oh yeah.
right, right, right. Because I would
like
like to
that
see
is
how many
so
black people have
racist.
that vote. I would like to see how many black people actually have that.
Well,
Excuse me.
it's geared for Republicans.
Right.
It's geared for
Absolutely.
Republicans, right? Most of these states, if you look at the map, even the map right now of what Biden won, there's many more states that are red than they are blue. The good thing is the states that are blue
Have more
have a
electoral.
lot of
Right,
People
electoral
of color.
right.
Yeah.
right? Which is, they've been talking about this runoff that's going to happen in Georgia. That's very, very important. Very important. We need those Senate seats, right? Even just to make 50-50, because then
Mm,
Kamala is the
It's
deciding
51.
vote, is the deciding vote.
Hmm.
So we have to win those seats.
right.
If we don't, it's going to make it even harder for Biden.
Right. And let me ask you this, and this is the point of that, when I was talking to my dad about our local elections and things like that, so many people are mad at Trump, but it's the things or the people that you don't vote for on your local level that are doing some of this stuff, that enact this stuff. Because if you notice, like when Trump gives an order, some states, they don't have to agree with that. But if you have somebody in there that's on his side or on the Republican or the blue side, whatever, red or blue,
Mhm.
and they don't agree with that, they're going to go against what the president says. So that kind of stuff is super important to make sure, like you're saying, perfect example is Georgia. Like that's why they still pushing, like, yo, when this comes out, we need you to vote because, like you saying,
Right,
Juan, like if we don't win this, even though Biden is in there, he's still gonna have a tough time.
right,
Oh,
right.
absolutely. And
You
they're
know?
going to make it hard. And I
Right.
think,
Oh yeah.
again, I go back to, you know, Donald Trump. He woke up a lot of people because imagine what, when Obama was in office, did you really understand how important the House
Mhm.
and the Senate was?
Right.
Right.
Did you really like how important, like, I think what Donald Trump has done is, again, he's woke people up to really pay attention to the politics and the policies and the democracy here in the United States. And so with that is, and I agree with you, Juan, we have to. But see, this is the thing. White people don't want to let go of their power. They
Right.
understand the politics and they
Right.
don't want to let go of their power. And what they will do, even though they may not like the guy, they're
Right.
still going to vote for this
Right.
Republican.
Right.
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 They're
Right.
still going
Because
to vote
if
for
if
him.
I'm not mistaken, uh, during Obama's time, we didn't have the Senate or the House,
We
did we?
did
No.
not.
No.
Right.
We only
No.
had the House.
Right.
And
No. We
so,
had to have. Yeah.
what's his name? Mitch McConnell
Mhm.
he was blocking a lot of stuff
Right.
that Obama was trying to get through. Let it sit
Right.
on the desk.
Right.
He did an interview a few last year on Sean Hannity's show, talking about one of the judges Obama wanted to put in. He blocked it on purpose.
Mm.
Right.
They laughed about it on
Listen,
air.
and you know that something was kind of fishy with that stuff anyway. Whereas, how is it that Trump could get in and everything that he said got passed, or everything? Well, we know he didn't do nothing, but everything they brought to him got passed because he had the people.
And
He had the
and then-
people.
so what bothers me really is when people say, "Well, what did Obama do for blacks or for what really could he do?"
Oh,
He
can I got
blocked.
a but I got a list. I got a list for people when they say Trump, when they say, oh, Trump did prison reform and stuff like that. Oh, I got a list for it. Let me pull it out because I got
While
that.
you're pulling that up, let me ask you guys
Yeah.
this because I heard this. I haven't researched it
He
yet.
heard.
I heard
He heard.
that Donald Trump admitted that he lost, but he's not conceding. Is that true?
To a certain degree. To a certain degree.
Okay.
He tweeted out, said he won, but he won on a rigged election. So did you know earlier this week they had to talk him off the ledge because he was going to go after Iran. He was going to start a war with Iran earlier this week.
Listen,
Like
I saw
my dude is like wilding out before he leaves.
What I do know is this, that I think it was Pennsylvania. He had 5 lawsuits and they all lost.
Oh yeah, these people ain't stupid. These people know, bro.
Yeah.
And on that, Ice Cube, I saw an interview with him and he was talking to Talib Kweli, and he gave a great example of why people love Trump. And it was, to me, it was almost like, I get it.
Okay.
They were like, Trump is to some people the true like American dream. A rich dude, speaks his mind, say what he want to say, don't care what nobody say, has a little bit of, has some power, people follow him. He was like, so that's why some people that if that's what you think is the American dream or whatever, that's why you follow him. I personally feel like, and I've been telling Trina this lately, that I could be wrong, but I think that if you didn't vote for him for financial reasons, as far as like taxes and things like that, I believe that you have to have a little bit of narcissism in you. You have to have that same kind of mindset that he has of, I'm who I am, I'm better than everybody, like nobody is above me. Like you have to have a little bit of that in you to like almost envy this dude.
But you know what, Zaid? Money makes you feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
When you don't have a worry about where this, that, or the other is going to come from.
Right. But this is what
you
I'm
just
saying.
don't worry about.
But this is the part where, especially when they talk about back in the day, how all the black rappers used to want to hang out with Trump. No, they didn't. They were, like you said, they were enamored by the money.
Right.
They were enamored by the money, the women that he had, all this stuff. That's what they wanted. You know what I mean? They weren't looking at Trump like, oh,
it was the idea versus.
Come on, bro.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. So that when Ice Cube, when I saw that interview, I was like, yo, that's a perfect.
Where'd you see this interview, Ezzy?
I saw a clip. Maybe I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Talib Kweli has he has a show.
Right,
so
right.
on there a few months ago or whatever. Yeah.
But I agree with both of you guys. I think it's a combination of things why people like, Donald Trump. And I think it depends on where they live. I think that's a big part to it too. When you look at Florida, Florida, huge, depending on where you at, is a big racist state.
Mm.
And it goes back to money is everything to them.
Right.
And you got a lot of retired white people in Florida.
Right.
Then when you get to Pennsylvania, you have Pennsylvania, well, even Michigan, and then in the outskirts of Atlanta, these are all white conservative places.
And like you said, you brought up a good point, Pee Wee, about the map. When you looked at the map, you saw a lot more red than blue.
Yeah.
Even in like your name in Pennsylvania, like if you went to like Philly or certain parts like that, they would always say was a larger African-American population at that part. But in other parts, it's
all
right
white.
Back to what you were saying.
Right.
Yeah.
And then that's the reason why, and it's interesting when you listen to Trump on his last speech when he was talking about the election and the rigging and stuff like that, how he was pointing out certain black cities.
Right.
And so to everybody else, it's just like, oh, it's just these cities, but no, it's just not the cities. It's the people that live in the cities.
Yes.
Right.
It's predominantly people of color.
Yep.
And then at the same time, you have citizens that for every single state that are counting these votes.
Right.
And now you're putting them down and degrading them like they're
from
not
both sides, from everywhere.
Both sides,
both Republican, blue, red, all that. Yeah.
All because
you lost.
Hey. Now just think about if it would have went his way, how much praise he would have been giving them.
Oh man, he would have been that's like, I always equate things to basketball, and I feel like this election was like the rivalry game. You know what I mean? And all leading up to it, you talking stuff. You talking stuff. Oh, we gonna win. We gonna win. We got a better team. We got a better team. Then when you lose, it's well, you had home court advantage,
Right.
and the refs was on your side.
Right.
We gonna protest the game because at this point, this happened and this shouldn't have happened. That's all it is.
Right.
Sound like Dallas Cowboy fans.
Ooh.
You stupid.
Ooh.
Hey man, I'm glad I don't
Did
like
you
football like that. No, I'm
did
just
you guys see did I send you guys in the chat the video that they did of 2016 with Stacey Abrams? And first we got to shout out Stacey Abrams. Big
Man,
up to Stacey Abrams. You
man.
know, I mean, this young lady, this woman, this beautiful queen is killing it in Georgia, man. And I truly do hope that she runs again for governor and stuff. But she is truly doing some great things in
Yes.
Georgia, making sure that people get out to vote. But did you
Yes.
guys see when she lost in 2016 for governorship that Fox News was going in, was like, you know, she needs to concede. I don't know why they're complaining about the ballots, all the stuff that they are complaining about now. They were
Right,
saying the same thing about her and what she needs to do and what the
right,
Democrats need to do and this,
right.
that, and the other. And it's like, wow, that was only 4
Yes,
years ago. Now your
yes.
tune has changed.
Yeah,
But I think
you
I
can't
think I
say
sent you
nothing.
I think I sent you guys that video in the
Yeah,
chat
yeah.
of
It was about like I think it was about Hillary, wasn't it?
yeah,
It
yeah,
was
of how
that part too.
she should
Yeah, she should
concede
concede. Why are they
and
acting like
yeah,
this? And
yeah,
why?
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
Same
crazy.
it's
exact thing.
interesting. 2016, and it was only 4 years later. And you
Right.
guys, you know what I'm saying? That's what I said. It's all a
Mhm.
game, you
Yep.
know,
Yeah, for
one,
sure.
two,
Agenda.
the media, this is a game for them.
Right.
You know, this is how they keep their lights on and pay the
Right.
bills. As long as we continue to get these
Hello,
stories and stuff
P.
like that, to spin it, to get
Hey,
listenership, sponsor,
that's
all of that
it.
stuff, it's just a game.
Listen.
And but for us, we truly, as people of color, we really
Mm,
have to do our homework. And 100% Z, I agree with you. Outside of the big election every 4 years, every 2 years, we got to make sure that we know what's going on locally in our
Right.
city, who we
mhm.
voting for and stuff like that. Because again, these are our tax dollars that we're paying for our own backyard, and things
Right.
that it don't get fixed, things that don't
Right.
happen,
Right.
community centers, all of this stuff, everything you name underneath the belt of the
Right.
every 2 years of people that's in our neighborhood that we elect. And
No
again,
doubt.
we can't just continue to elect people because we like them. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying?
Right.
That's
Right.
another
mm,
thing. We got to
mm.
make sure that whoever we put in office is, we hold their feet to the fire too.
Hey,
Right.
just like Biden and Kamala, they got some. Listen,
Absolutely.
and especially Biden saying African American people, y'all came out. Listen, people gonna be on you, my brother,
Right.
and
Right.
on you, my sister. They gonna be on you. Like so, like I said, I always feel like this, Pee Wee. Like you made a great point with the median thing. We all getting played.
Of course.
It's all of a matter of who gonna play us the most.
Yeah,
You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Like at the end of the day, I always ask people, and I always want to know, like, what did Trump do that personally affected you?
Right.
And I have yet to get an answer.
Oh man, I wish I saved it. It was this video that I saw that was freaking hilarious.
Mm,
I don't know where they were. It's two white dudes, and one of the guys, I think he was like an electrician, and he was working on a socket.
mm,
And the guy said the same exact thing you just said, Z.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know, he says, all for Donald Trump. And the guy turns around and was like, Donald Trump ain't did nothing for you. In the last 4 years, he ain't did nothing for you. You
Mm.
still unemployed.
No, 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 no. That was a dad and a son.
Oh, that's what that was?
Yeah, and he was like, because he said Donald Trump has been the best thing, and he was like, Dad, you've been unemployed for 2 years. He
Yeah,
said,
I remember that.
and you had like 3 DUIs. He said,
Right.
so
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
he
Yeah.
was like, so
I
how?
remember
No,
that.
but the honest question, seriously, is I was watching I always go on YouTube and try to find different stuff. Like, I listen to conservatives, I watch you conservatives, I watch liberals, I watch everybody because I want to get you know what I'm saying,
Yeah, you got to
a
get
good
both.
array, right?
Yeah, both, all the
But I
spectrum.
saw this dude talk about finance, and he was talking about Biden's tax plan over Trump's, and he was like, "Listen, if I was rich," and he said, "Well, no," he said, "If I wasn't rich," he said, "If I was wealthy, I would vote for Trump just because of the taxes."
Absolutely.
He said, "But for most people, Biden's tax plan, for the most part, it won't affect nothing you have going on." Like, so it's like, so when people say, oh, he cutting your taxes and all this, for the most part, most people, it's not, you're not gonna have no problems.
But
You
the
know what
thing
I'm
is this though,
saying?
Z, this is one thing that we all know. If I keep telling you the same lie
Oh, no
over and
doubt.
over again,
No doubt.
you're
No
gonna finally
doubt.
believe what I'm
Or I'm gonna
saying.
start questioning, like, hold on, man.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Right. Yeah. But see, and that's the thing. I know you guys have seen the videos of especially like on the Daily Show with Trevor Noah. He'll send
Mm.
people out to Trump
Oh man.
rallies and ask them questions,
I love
and they
it.
can't answer the question.
Right.
No, no,
They
at all.
had like what you're talking about the tax thing, and they'd be
Yeah.
like, yeah, Biden's going to do this to our taxes. He's going to do, but do you, is that because you watching Fox
Right,
News and because
right,
of Trump
right,
said that? Or
right,
did you
right.
really do? And they'd be like, well, yeah, but they can't
Yeah.
answer the question.
He'll
That's
be
it.
like, where you get that from? Like he asked one lady said, Biden's a socialist. He's a
Yeah, I
socialist.
seen that
And
one.
he was like, do you know what a socialist is? And
Right.
she was like, no, but and he was like, so where did you get that from? Because the president said it. And
Right.
and
Right.
and I'm just like, yo, that's why for the most part they say that these people are a cult, bro,
It
because
is.
it doesn't matter what he says or does, they just believe it.
Right.
Like, and the other day I had to look up socialists and I was thinking, okay, so if he a socialist, then Trump is like a fascist. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, so I'm
a
trying to figure it
dictator.
out. Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's like, which one do you, yeah. So I mean, it
But
is like I
see,
said, both
but to
sides.
them, but to them, it's Trump can never be that.
Right.
He's the American dream, like you
Right.
said
Like I
earlier.
said, yeah,
He can never be that. When
for
you
sure.
look at somebody that literally is trying to dictate how America is and the policies and the democracy of America, and he's degrading that right now.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
Right.
I just tweeted the other day, and I just said, it's funny that this dude is at the golf course and he's doing this, he's doing that, and we got a pandemic going on, and he comes out and wants to talk about all the good things he's doing about the pandemic.
He did.
He did.
And
Like,
yeah, it's the greatest, the fastest ever in life. They don't even know, how to measure it, and because
yeah,
it was so fast, and it
come
takes
on,
10 years,
man.
but we did it in months. And it's
Yeah.
like, how you got a vaccine all of a sudden, bro?
Yeah.
Homie, see, this is it, and this is my thing too. And we going back to the voting thing. Plus, we got to get on to our next subject too.
Yeah, we ain't
But
never get.
but when you get to the voting thing, and Z, you said this earlier, like he was for months talking about the voting fraud, voting fraud, voting fraud, right? What kills me is if you knew that there was going to be voting fraud, you're the president of the United States.
Hmm,
Why didn't you start putting things in place
hmm.
to help out with the voting fraud or make sure that things were on the up and up instead of going after the United States Postal
Mm.
Service?
Well, in his mind, he did. I'm gonna,
Oh,
I'm gonna
You right.
do away with all the postal stuff that he did.
Mm.
Move the boxes.
Yeah.
Take away these boxes because that's going to be fraud. People are going to be putting stuff in there that shouldn't be in there, right? These counting machines, telling the postmaster not to do this, that, or the other. So in his mind, I did do that. I did
Mm.
try and prevent all of this happening,
Mm.
right? But that's not the reality of
That's
what
good.
really is
sounds like
happening.
sounds like voter suppression to me.
Exactly.
Wow. Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
But it's how you spin it, right?
Yeah.
It's how you tell your
Yeah.
followers and your base, this is what this means. So
Mm.
if I have control over you, I can
Mm.
tell you, hey, you go and grab up this girl and do whatever you want to do to her. It's not rape.
Mm.
Right.
Mm.
It's because XYZ.
Right.
And
No, I
you
feel you.
believe that because I'm in control of you. I'm in control of
Yeah.
your thought process, and you're
Right.
following me. I'm the greatest thing that ever happened to you. I'm the
That's
best
crazy.
president that ever was.
Hmm.
I've
But
done this, that,
yeah.
and the other.
Yeah.
It's everything is fantastic.
Yeah.
Everything
Or the
is,
greatest
yeah,
ever.
it's the
They've
greatest
never
ever. I mean,
seen it before.
you've never seen this.
Yeah.
Five times the amount of what
I
anybody's
love
ever
it.
done.
I love it. I
Five
love
times, dude. I listened to this dude in his speech, and I'm like, he's crazy.
No. Listen, I
He's
listened to a
crazy.
speech the other day, and I was like, after everything he said, it was like, it was the best. Like they've never
And
seen it.
and
Like it was
then
the
if
best.
you
I
notice
said,
what he
man.
does, notice what he does. He just walks away. He won't take a question.
Oh, now no, especially
He won't.
now.
He
Heck
won't.
no.
You because if you ask him about it, he won't have an answer.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna make this statement. Here's
Right.
what it is. You
Right.
accept that, and that's it. Now I'm just gonna
Right.
walk away.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey man. Yeah.
I'm just glad that election is over with. At this moment, they are still recounting the ballots.
That's crazy.
And so now he's going to be in a position that he's going to lose twice now.
Oh. Oh.
So, I
Friday is
Oh.
mean,
the day, right? The
yes,
20th,
Friday
right?
is the day.
Okay.
Yep. So, I mean, and you notice all of his lawsuits are now being withdrawn and stuff like that because he
Right.
know he wasn't going to lose, but he understands that he's grew his base. He has his code. So now all it is now I think Twitter now is going to silence him now.
Mm.
Finally going to silence him. He's a sitting president, so they didn't want to do that. Now that he's going to be, American citizen, now they may silence him on Twitter. He may jump over to this right wing Twitter account. It's called Parlor. If you guys get a chance, it's called Parlor.
Mm. Mm.
Right wing. It's all them. It's
Wow.
called Parlor. So he
Wow.
may jump over there and where he's able to just speak to his base and his base only.
Well, I'm also hearing that he's trying to start up a news network of his own,
Yes,
and he's looking towards 2024 to run again.
it's not
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Right.
He's gonna be too old, one, and then he's gonna be outdated. 2024, it's a wrap. They're only gonna use him for to, which is gonna be a hard problem for the Republicans to use him. Like, I'm not gonna say like Biden did Obama, but Obama helping out
Right. The next person.
Biden, the next person. They're
Right.
gonna have to do the same thing with, because he's gonna be like almost 79, 80 years old.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Because
So
he was 74 right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
he ain't going. Yeah,
That's
so it's
crazy
not.
though.
Yeah. But I
Yeah. We
heard
need.
that too, Juan. I heard that
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
and it's just interesting. But yeah, we can go on and on and about this, man.
Yeah,
But
man. It's
let's get
fresh.
into our main topic. Go ahead, Zai. Set it up, homeboy.
Oh man, no, it's just I've been seeing a lot online lately. I saw this young lady, and she was kind of giving a speech to women, and she was saying how that if you are trying to get a man to settle down with you, kind of really understanding what that means, as far as asking him to be monogamous with
Mm,
you. And she was saying how do you understand what you're telling a man that means, that you don't want him to be with anybody else but you. And she was saying how that means if his sex drive is high, you're gonna fulfill those needs. And she was like, if he needs that, you're gonna fulfill those. So she was saying how people always say they want a man, they want to settle down, they want all this stuff, but are you really ready for what that entails as far as whatever that man needs? um, you're there to fulfill it pretty much, and not even pretty much, you are.
Right.
That's what you're
Right.
saying. And I thought that was interesting because I feel like I saw another interview and a woman was saying how if she knew if how things would be once she got married and had kids and things like that, she might have thought about it a little differently or
Mm.
took a little more time to invest in thinking of what that matters. And I know for me and Juan and even UPE has, just being in relationships, period, or marriages, like that's one thing for us as men. I feel like, and I can't speak for women, but as men, things change.
Oh yeah.
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? And things change, and and it could be tough. It could truly be tough. But I feel like, her talking that, I know a lot of women are probably mad, like, oh, he shouldn't just cheat. But again, and I think it works both ways. Your woman will have needs that,
Right.
whether that's emotional, physical, spiritual, whatever, that once you say I want to marry you and be with you, that you're gonna have to supply that thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or be willing to know that, okay, she like to spend time. So that's what you're signing up for. And I think that that's my point is, um, or my question would be, do you think that most women or men are ready to really take on that responsibility?
So, um, and I think you hit on something that like just triggered in my mind when you just said the emotional part. I'm not the emotional guy, right? Um, I don't have that big of a trait on the emotional side, but
Mhm.
I've had to learn how to be more emotional and be there
Mhm.
emotionally in my relationship, right?
Mhm.
Because sometimes that's what she wants or needs is
Mhm.
just a ear,
Mhm.
right? And I may not want to hear it, but I
Right.
have to hear it
Right.
because that's what she needs at the time,
Right.
right? I think that and this is just my opinion, right? I think that
I
when
love it. I
you are
love it.
dating and seeing somebody outside of marriage, right? Even if it's an exclusive relationship, especially sexually, if you're not compatible, number one, right?
Mhm.
I think women will try and meet you at your compatibility, the men at their compatibility. But when they get that ring or they go through that ceremony of marriage, and
Mhm.
especially when kids get involved,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Um, they feel like you should understand that I am tired.
That's
I
good.
am, I
That's good.
am, I just don't feel it right now.
Mhm.
And we don't have that,
Mhm.
right? We don't,
Mhm.
we have it, but we don't have it, right? I understand. Yeah. Okay. You're tired. I understand that the kids are driving you crazy, but I still want some,
Right. Right.
right?
Right. Yeah.
And that is so important.
That's so good.
It's so important, right?
Yeah.
And I get it every now and then. Okay, you're too tired. Okay, I get it. But you can't be tired every day.
Hey,
So
listen.
so let me ask you this,
Oh my
Juan. Let me
God.
ask you this, Juan.
I love it.
Um, when you because you brought up dating,
Mhm,
right? And
mhm,
of course, before you get to the marriage piece,
mhm.
and if you guys don't know, Juan has been married for how long, Juan?
Last month made 26 years.
26 years. Zaid,
26.
how long have you been married?
11 going on 12.
Going 11. I'm the only one on the crew that's not married, but these two have been married. Yeah, I've been in some relationships and
Right.
stuff like that.
Right.
So, um, and Juan brought it up, leading up to, just the dating stuff like that, right?
Mhm.
And then before you get married. So let me ask you guys this. Um, what has changed in your marriage from the dating to the marriage? Because if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but isn't that the time to try to figure out if, as we say, like your sex drive, you got a high sex drive, right?
Right.
And and let's take out the kids. Let's not put the kids in the equation. Just, you guys are married. You guys are married. Let's say I'm gonna give you 2 years in.
Mhm,
You're married,
mhm,
okay? Because you've gone through the honeymoon stage and everything like that, and now
Mhm.
everything is kind of settling in. So 2 to 3 years, things are kind of settling in.
mhm,
While you're dating, you know that you got a high sex drive, right?
mhm, mhm.
So what has changed from the dating piece to the marriage piece? Because shouldn't she have known from that time that you have a high sex drive, that now all of a sudden, why does it change?
And that's why. Go ahead, Elder. Go ahead, Elder.
Well, I don't know why it changes in the mind for women. I can't answer
Right.
that,
Right.
right? For me, it doesn't change,
Right.
right? There's no
Right.
difference of me being married versus not being married, right? Um, I I don't know if this is the right thing to say. I don't know if we as men take the commitment of marriage as seriously as women take the commitment of marriage.
Mm.
Right. And I'm talking at the beginning, 2, 3 years in, right? Typical man, not all men, typical man. You're dating someone, you're doing your thing. Most men, you out there, right? You're doing your thing. You find somebody that you want to cling to, and they're just, and all this depends on your maturity level, right? Where are you in your life? What's going on in your life where, are you in a career? Do you have goals that you are trying to reach? And all of that is a factor. If you are a person who just has a job, who is in the clubs, running the streets, doing whatever, right? And you find this one girl who's maybe special, but you still got some little extra stuff on the side, right? Your commitment isn't the same as that person who's in a career, who's looking for somebody to be their helpmate. And there's a difference. There's a big difference. And it just depends on the situation, right? It just depends on the situation.
Yeah.
You could have a high sex drive here as the man. She may not have such a high sex drive, but she's willing to do X, Y, Z because whatever's going on in her mind, and I don't know what that is, right? Now I got you.
Right.
We've had this ceremony. We're now married. I got you.
Yeah.
And especially in California where things is half,
Oh Lord.
right? I got you. Like if you want to leave me now, I'm getting half.
Well,
And sometimes that's how women think. It's
yeah.
not about, and then it's well, I've been at work all day. I had a rough day at work. I'm just not in the mood. Okay, that's Monday. I had another rough day at work today. Okay,
That's Tuesday and Wednesday.
okay, hold on. So now,
We moving it to Thursday
depending
Hey,
and Friday.
I
depending on
love
that
it.
man's mindset,
Juan is crazy, bro.
Wednesday, Thursday, uh, homegirl been calling me. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Homegirl been calling me.
Listen,
I
been
mean, hold up.
texting me or whatever. Been
Listen,
texting me.
Hold
Let me
up.
tell you something.
Hold on,
Let me
hold on,
tell you
hold on.
something. No,
Hold on,
no, no.
hold on,
Listen.
Juan. Hold on,
What?
Juan. Hold on.
What?
where
Juan said
homegirl
we
come from?
right. That's what I
No,
was
no, no,
gonna
no.
say.
Well,
You
no, no.
married,
Because
man.
here's
You
no, no,
still
no.
got her on the
Here's no, no, no,
side.
no, no, no.
Hey,
Here's my
I knew
point.
this
Here's my
topic
point.
was gonna get one turn.
Here's my point. Right here. Here's the point I'm trying to make. It's a lot easier for a man to mess with another woman when he's married, because most of the time that woman wants what that other woman has. if
Well,
if if a
okay.
woman sees how you're treating your wife, she wants that. I want him to treat me like that. That's what I want. So she's going to do extra and be doing this, that, or the other to take that spot. I want to be treated like that.
I
I
would
agree with you,
agree.
Juan,
I,
but I
I
think
would
it's
agree
both
with you, Juan.
ways.
But
I think
yeah,
it's both
so
ways.
I would agree with you, homie. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I feel like, my dad told me something. He said, the way you start a relationship is the way it's gonna be. And I live by that no matter what it is. And I feel like when you first get with somebody and you're wooing them and all this stuff, you dating, whatever, you having sex, you not, whatever you doing. Um, I just feel like once you get married, I don't want to say that there's a sense of uh like I got it now, like a sense of what's the
I'm
word I'm looking for?
comfortable. I'm in
Comfortability,
there. Yeah.
right? I'm here, I have you, you have me.
I kick my
Um,
feet up.
I could kick my feet up. I
Yeah.
don't have to do the same things that I did before. But that's where I feel like that's where and we haven't talked about this, but I think that's where the liking comes in, because we're always going to love each other.
Right,
Because if we didn't love each other, we would have never got married. But
right,
then there's the part of liking that person, because every day ain't sweet.
right.
Right.
And there's, I'm only almost 12 and Juan is 20 something. So I can imagine that extra 14 years, no disrespect, but that extra 14 years and the things that y'all been through. But I feel like that's the part of the liking aspect of it. You know what I mean? But when it comes to the monogamy part, I feel like most men, I think it's just different for men because I'm never that tired.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm
Right.
never going to tell you, oh, I have a headache. Like I'm never going to tell you, oh, it's been a long day. And I think that it is trying to word my words right. Okay. But I think in kind of in some ways, when does it become, and maybe we need to get some ladies on here too, but when does it become kind of selfish, if I could say that? Because if you
On
know I
whose
have
part?
those
On
needs
whose
on
part?
her part, if you see how I said that real soft,
But
because
I
I feel
have
like
noticed. I have
because
noticed
yeah,
since Zaid has been
yeah,
talking, he's
yeah.
been real mellow.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, because I don't want to be too excited about it.
Want to talk at
Then she
once.
gonna be like, "Oh,
He's
you was
real.
all pumped up about it,
Yeah,
wasn't you?"
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But honestly, I feel like
Or is it you don't want her to hear what you're saying?
yeah,
Right.
that
That
part
part
too.
too.
That
That
part too.
part too.
Yeah,
Yes.
that part. I'd rather get in trouble later.
Right, right,
Um,
right.
but no, but seriously
Well,
though,
mine is
because
gone. She
I
out the
think
house, so
we
I can talk
see.
loud.
Oh, you good? But you see what I'm saying? Yeah, you know hey, when we go out here,
Yeah.
can I tell them I won? You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right. That's
You
right.
know, hey, but honestly, like I feel like if you know what I need and you know my drive, and it always ain't gonna be perfect. I get that, but if I'm compromising, if I'm making compromising, I have to be understanding. I think it should work both ways,
Okay.
and sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does.
So let me ask this. Do you guys feel that women see married when once they get married, because you guys are married, do you see that we see sex completely different than them once we get married?
I
That
would agree with
married,
you.
like for us as men, that um, is it just becomes just sex, or is it I'm having sex with you because I love you, I like you,
That's a good question,
that
P. That's a good question.
or is
Uh,
it like you said,
well,
just
well,
since I have it there, I want it and I can
well,
get it from you.
well. Let's be honest. I think that we could all agree is, especially being married, sometimes it is just sex. Sometimes we making love. Sometimes we just, you know what I'm saying? I
We're
think
trying to
it's
get a quickie in.
I really feel like there is I want to say that there's no difference when you get married in it because it could still be that same just like people that are having sex without being married. Like there are different levels. You
Right.
have your friend
Right.
that you call. You know what I mean? But you got the girl that you dating or whatever. You see what I'm saying? So it's always those kind of different aspects. And I think it could be the same thing in a marriage because honestly, I think that kind of give it a little spark too.
Let me ask you this, Saeed. Let me
Yeah.
ask you this. When you got married,
Mm.
right,
Best day of my life.
did you say in your mind, like in the back of your mind or wherever, right? Did you say to yourself, "Oh, I can get this whenever I want it"?
Yeah, but no, I think it was kind of like an automatic type thing.
Right, right. And I
Yeah,
think
like
for
yeah,
men,
yeah. Oh,
that's
for
how
sure. Yeah,
I
I
think
would
that's how
agree.
we're programmed.
I would
Like,
agree.
like,
And I get what Pee Wee is saying with that question of, well, why would it change? Because you thinking, hey, if we was getting down like this
right,
before,
Right.
when we
right,
get married, oh, it's gonna be good.
right,
And
right. And it don't be that.
Right. So that's
and
why
it
I
is
asked the question, how does it change?
I'll
Because
tell you this, Pee Wee. It changes. I think it's this. I think it's a comfortability thing for one.
Mhm.
Two, even without bringing in the marriage, I think that when people get married, then it starts that, uh, if I could say, the evolution of, okay, now I'm married. Now I need to start really getting things together to maintain this marriage, that's whether that's financially or whatever. So now you're looking to expand, on
I,
that.
I
So
get
it's
you, but how does that affect?
Because
I'm gonna
there's no
get to that
separation. There's no
because now
separation.
it's a because there's no because it's I would we if we want to be honest, it's a focus.
Right.
you know, the focus leaves on that intimacy sometimes, you know what I mean? So the focus isn't on that. Now it's about, okay, I'm married. Now I need to start worrying about this and this and this. And you focused on those things. And then it's not like before,
I get that.
you know what I'm saying?
I get that one. I mean, Z, I get that. I get
Ask your
that.
real question, P.
I get that. But us having sex is when we go to bed, us having sex
Yeah.
is I mean, maybe an hour. I'm gonna just base it an hour. An
Yeah, you're
hour or
like
less.
like a porn star. Okay.
Yeah, an hour or less. I'm just
you know what Martin told her? You only need 3 minutes.
She was like,
Oh.
you need 2. You know what I mean? Well, Pee Wee said an hour. God dang, Pee Wee got swings and videos and stuff.
Okay.
Oh, you talking about the entire
Oh,
from
you talking about
beginning
from
to end.
Yeah.
From
Okay,
the
okay,
from
okay.
Yeah.
setup
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
finale.
yeah.
And I
You
get that
talking
there's
about the time when I call or text you at work and say, hey, I'm trying to see you tonight.
yeah.
Okay.
You can throw that all in. You
Right,
can,
okay.
Stupid.
the
Yeah.
ramp up, all of that.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
You know, but
right.
I get that you worried about the house, you worried about the bills, you're making
Yeah.
sure that the house is taken care of.
Yeah.
So now once that you're married, you're focusing on certain things. But once we go to bed, how does the intimacy stop once we go to bed? Like, how is it that you just turn off so much that
Right.
you just feel like, okay, I don't have to be intimate with my man as much anymore?
See, this is the problem. That's a great question.
And I don't
Like,
think that we can answer that,
Yeah, because
right? Because
ours don't turn
for
off.
us,
Yeah.
for men, it doesn't turn off.
right. We
I
continue to
I
do
can
all the stuff that we
and
say we're going to do.
and
Right.
it's like I said, I think it's a separation of, okay, this don't have nothing to do with this.
Mm,
Right.
nothing to do with your job,
Yeah,
how you
none of that.
feeling, none of that.
None of that. None
Right.
of that, right? In our mind,
Mm-hmm.
right? But for a
That's good.
woman, I think that they process things different and they think about things differently.
Right.
That it takes away from, because they're emotional. It all comes down, and I've had discussions and all this, and it comes down to emotions for them. It's not just the act.
Mm,
It's all the leading up to the act. What happened in the rest of the day, right? We may have talked about some financial issues that is a big problem, and now that's
Right.
weighing on her.
mm,
Right.
Right. So
Right.
now
right.
I'm
And I
not,
get
I'm
that.
just not
Yeah.
in the, you know what I mean? And
Right.
we like, okay, well, that was just a conversation. Like,
Yeah, we
we'll
here
deal
right
with
now.
that shit. We'll
We
deal
here
with
right
that,
now.
you know, after we finish. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
don't process
That's
Right.
things
good
the
talk.
same way that we
Mm,
process things.
that's
And
good.
I think that's where we as men have to kind of understand the emotional being of women,
Right.
right?
Absolutely. I'm
You
with you
know,
on.
and that's the part of marriage that is not, one, discussed
Mm-hmm.
before marriage.
Yes.
It's not, see, because in our mind, okay, I'm fixing to marry this girl. Okay,
It's
um
on.
yeah,
It's on.
I'm going to be responsible for her. I'm going to be, I'm going to have all these other responsibilities, and along with those responsibilities,
Yeah.
I'm going to have all the sex that I want,
And I'm gonna get
that
it
I
like I
need,
was getting
and
it
I'm
before.
going, yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just not
It's just
that
not.
way.
But I think the biggest thing that you brought up on is that it's not talked about and it's not discussed. I think a lot of people, and if I was to ask you, Pee Wee, or not you, but just people that aren't married, they would say, "Oh, I got to make sure my finances right. I got to make sure that I got my business going. So when I get in, I'm not really worried about that."
Right.
Everybody is you worried about the outside more so than really what's going on the inside, and you feel like I think we all feel like that part is just going to be taken care of because that's just the natural order of things. I'm marrying you, so that means, and you marrying me. And if we've been having sex before, so you know how I get down, obviously. So you wouldn't really mess with me if we weren't compatible in that area. But then that's not something that is uh like talked about or even thought. I've never heard somebody say, yeah, I want to make sure we're together or on one accord in that aspect. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm with you, Z. People say that all the time. Let me get my finance, let me get this, that, and the other together. But at the end of the day, you're gonna be chasing that regardless. If your
All the time.
if your business if your business is thriving, you're going to focus more to make it continue to thrive.
That's good.
So it's just more and more. It's like you're like the dangling the carrot in front of you, and you're constantly chasing it. You're constantly chasing it.
But Pee-wee, you're not really thinking about that when
No.
you're talking about getting married and starting a life with somebody else. That's not in the forefront of any conversation.
No, it's not. And I agree. These are the things that you need to have the conversation with.
Sure.
But I ask this question. Let's flip it. And I'm asking you two. For guys, it's sex. What do you think that the women feel that they need from you, that it's such a, just like we say, like, man, come on with the sex? What do you think that they say to you, like, come on with?
That's easy. That's easy.
What's that?
I'm not gonna say it's easy, but security. That women want to feel like they are safe.
So the conversation with, and I'm just, because your wife Trina, if just like you lay, okay, if she's slowing down on the sex, then now you bring up the sex. For her, it would be her bringing up being secure.
But see, I think it's kind of weird because it goes back to Juan. Like, that's something that a man would never.
Yeah, see,
I would never slack on that part.
Well. Here, I understand your.
I see what.
I think the response, or if you bring that conversation up, the first thing that they're going to say, you don't understand.
Right.
You don't understand. I'm just tired. I'm just not. And I don't know if they feel like they're not going to perform up to what the expectation is, because I'm tired. I'm really not in the mood. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
But for whatever reason they have, it's almost a shutdown mechanism. Like, I'm just not feeling it. And and I think it goes back to emotion. And for women, my understanding, again, just my opinion, you have to, it's not just wham bam.
Right. Some
you
women,
have to set the table.
For sure.
Right. Yeah. Now you have some women that are, I'm down, whatever.
Right.
I had this one girl tell me, we can
But
argue.
Do you think those are the same ones married?
Good.
That's a good
question and observation.
That's a
because
very
I had
good
this
question.
one girl tell me, she was like, we can argue all day. That don't have nothing to do with us getting down. But she ain't married. You know what I mean?
Right,
ain't never been married. Right.
But you think about what I thought about that is she making the man feel like a man? In the aspect of, if she like, what's up? Let's go. It's like, dang, like, you know what I mean? Like, is it too much? Like, hold on, like, whoa.
And see, and that's another thing,
because
right?
we say it won't be like that.
Right. Look,
we want.
Here's
say
another
we want
thing.
that.
Here's another thing, right?
But it's
so
a
we're
fine
sitting up here.
balance.
We're sitting up here talking about a high sex drive, and we want to do this, and we want to win her. But let me tell you something. If I'm getting it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I need a break Thursday.
No, you can speak for yourself.
No, I mean, no.
Put me in, coach.
Sometimes.
Put me in, coach.
At some point, it's overkill, right? You ain't going 2 weeks straight. Are you telling me you cool with just straight 2 weeks? Every day, 2 weeks.
I'm willing to try it.
No, I'm not try it. I'm saying
every day for 2 weeks.
Here's a better question. Give you a 3-month period every day when she's not on her cycle.
3 months.
You straight.
3 months is a long time. You said 2 weeks.
No.
You did go from 2 weeks to 3 months.
But I'm saying, come on, Juan. I'm saying, and I'm not talking about no wham bams. I'm talking about sessions.
Hey, you talk about Pee-wee hour longs, 2 hours.
Yeah, no, bro. Come on, bro.
Hey,
Come on, man.
listen,
Speak.
listen.
All I gotta say is speak for yourself, Juan. I'm
You
trying to
ain't
Yeah,
know. I'm
married.
hey,
going
hey,
in.
for 2 weeks though, I'm with it too though.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I
I'm
mean,
ready.
but Juan,
probably,
you went from
I,
2 weeks to three
Yeah,
months.
3 months, I'm good.
but
2
here,
weeks,
I'm just trying to
two
put
weeks
it in
every day, let's
perspective.
roll. 2 weeks every day, let's
Okay,
roll.
so after them 2 weeks, then what?
You need a break. Yeah, that's that. Reset.
How much of a break you talking?
Maybe a day or two.
Oh, see,
Reset.
you ain't married.
Hey, give me
You
some
ain't married.
Red Bull. Let's keep it pushing.
You got
What they
problems.
say, give me some ginseng.
Yeah,
Okay,
you know what I'm
okay.
saying?
So watch this. Watch this.
You
So now you done
stupid.
went 2 weeks straight. You could take a couple of days off. She
Yeah,
back ready, right?
Right.
yeah.
And you ain't
Z
up
said,
to
yeah.
par.
Nuh-uh, man. Don't put that on me. Hold on.
I'm see what I'm saying? You ain't up to par, right?
La la
And then
la la la
and
la
then
la
she
la
like, well, what happened?
la la
Like,
la la la.
you
Juan,
finished?
don't. Hey man, Juan, don't put that on me, man. Don't put
I'm
that on me,
just
man. I'm too young,
all
man.
I want to do, all I'm trying to say is, and I'm trying to, I guess I'm trying to have a perspective from the women as well, right?
No doubt, no
I
doubt.
get it that they have a lot of responsibilities with life, especially when kids are involved and stuff like, especially with young kids when they have to, deal with school and all of that stuff and still go to work. This ain't the day and times when the man just worked and the woman was at home all
Right.
the time. This ain't that time period, right? So I get it, right? But
You still need yours.
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And
I get
I think we all on the same page with that. I think
yeah.
that is just one of them things, P, that you don't know why it changes. You
Yeah,
Yeah.
can't, I think for a man's point of view, we just wired different, bro. Like
No doubt.
we I hate to go back to this, but we were born to be, fruitful. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just not in
and
the
born hunters,
right. So it's like for
right?
us, I don't think that ever changes, but I think that um it does change for women. And I think that that's the part that when you are married, like I said, that comes to the part of really trying to understand. Like you might be upset about it, you might not like it, but like I always say, she's worth it to me. You know what I'm saying? She's worth more
Absolutely.
than me to not really going out versus,
Yeah,
dealing with
yeah,
what I got. So
yeah,
Absolutely. I
yeah.
mean,
for sure.
but when you make that commitment and you get married, yeah, she is. She has to
No
be.
doubt.
That's a
No doubt.
must.
Make sure she hear
And
that
it,
part too, because
And not only that, right? Not only that, right? And what I would caution to men is, what do you is it worth losing
right.
what you have built,
Exactly.
right?
That's
Um,
good talk. Good
as I
talk,
said,
my
I,
friend.
I'm 26 years in.
Hello.
Me and Kim talk, we joke all the time, and I tell her, I was like, when I let you go, when I divorce you, you need to come over every Tuesday, right? you know, uh, but I ain't trying to learn nobody else.
Mm,
And if God forbid I ever get divorced, I'm never getting married again
mm,
because I don't want the responsibility of having to take care of somebody else.
mm.
You know what I mean? I no, I
I
Yeah.
don't
will
want
say
that.
this one,
Yeah.
for the single guy on the show. Trying to get to know somebody after a relationship is for the bird, Tommy.
Yeah.
Like
Mm,
it's
It's
absolutely, I mean, because you take, just say, you threw out 2 weeks. You
mhm.
go 2 weeks of trying to get to know somebody,
mm.
and then maybe that doesn't work out. Then it's on to the next person. That's another
That
2 weeks
sucks.
of trying
Yeah.
to, it's just like
Yeah.
it's like, man,
and
Right.
and and
so
and and, and if you really out there, you juggling two or three, trying to
Mm,
figure out,
which one
for
is
the
which?
right.
which one is
Right.
which, and this one may
Right.
provide this, that, or the other. And it's like, bro, it's not yeah, it's not a
Yeah. Talking about that, I like how you said that. That is, um, one person is providing one thing, and it goes back. I think when you said that, I think of like these lists that women have. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, you got to hit everything on the list, and I'm like, dude, that's so hard.
I said this too. I sent it. I was texting back and forth with somebody today, and they're going through a divorce where their husband cheated on them, right? And they were
Mm,
like, "Oh, the next person is going to be tough for them, to, get to my heart. I was like,
Well, you're
well,
gonna be single.
I said, listen, don't shut down, right? I said, and understand this. I said, there are some good men out there. They may not check off every box that you have, and you have to understand that,
Yeah.
right? You have to be willing to. I say this all the time.
I love it, Juan. I love it. I love that pause.
People be on. I see these women be putting on Facebook. Oh, a man need to do this, that, and that. What are you doing?
Hello.
Well,
You got all of
that's
these.
social media.
You
They all
got
do that.
you got all of these boxes you want checked.
Right, but
Yeah.
what
How
you
many
doing?
of the boxes are you checking off?
Right.
Yeah.
And to that point, this lady was saying that's what her whole point was. Like, you want this, and this, but are you really ready for that?
Yeah.
Right.
That's social media. That's them getting likes. That's all that is.
Man.
People giving them thumbs up. That's
Yeah,
all
no
that
doubt,
is.
no doubt,
Giving
no
them
doubt.
hearts. That's it.
No
Nothing
doubt.
else besides that. But
No doubt.
let me ask you guys this. And Juan said it though. If just, God forbid, if he ever get, divorced from Kim, that, saying that every Tuesday she got to come over.
Gotta come over.
What if your wife starts putting in dates for you guys to have sex? So it'd be like, okay, only on Thursdays we can do it. Are you okay with that?
Well, I think
Only
it
on
depends on
Thursday?
the
Only on Thursday?
yeah, look at Juan.
No.
I think
That's what I'm saying.
I
They
need a
just
couple of more days.
well, see, I think it would have to depend on what your situation is, though, P.
Right.
Like, if you going from nothing to this is what you got, somebody gonna take that.
Right.
You taking that Thursday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But me,
But would you guys be okay if you had a scheduled time?
Well, it depends, right? Like Zai was saying, it depends. If the kids were younger, right, and we had
like my baby.
yeah,
I'm talking like put it in your situation.
My
Juan.
situation? No,
If
I'm not
Kim's-
going for no dates.
Okay, that's all I'm asking.
I'm not going
Zaid,
for
put
no
it in your
dates.
situation. What if Trina said, "Hey, okay, only on Fridays"? Will you be okay with that?
For me right now, I would say yes, because we got babies, bro. And they know. Listen, let me tell you how much haters
Oh,
my
they
kids
do.
are, bro. Let me tell you. Look, my kids are some haters. Y'all could at me whatever y'all want to do. They know. Me and Trina could, perfect example. We could be at Juan's house or something chilling.
Right.
I'll be like, look, when we get home, it's on.
Right.
And she'd be like, okay. Them babies will be tired, boy. They'll be tired. I'll be like, okay, we about to leave. They getting tired. We get in that car, bro.
You let them go to sleep?
No, they be
Okay.
turned. Or if they go to sleep in the car, we be thinking, okay, lay them down soft. I'm gonna put them in the living room, or in their bed, so they, they be wide awake. Charlie just be like this. What's up, Dad? Like, you already know I'm here, and I'll just be like,
Z, you can't let them go to sleep in the car. You got to keep them up.
Okay, listen. Even if they did that, they still would be up. Because they know they got a radar, bro. My kids got radar. I call them haters all the time. They be blocking.
Listen, that ain't nothing, bro. So, yesterday, Kim went to church, and we do online church, right? So I didn't see her when she left for church. So I happened to look online, and she had on this skirt that was kind of like short, right? So I text her. I'm like, hey, what is this today? Like a short dress day? I was like, when you get home, it's on, right? So she was like, okay, yeah, cool. Everything, like da 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 da. She get home, it's like 10 o'clock or whatever, right? She come get in the bed, and she was listening to something on her iPods or whatever. She take the iPods out, she turned her and go to sleep. So today I was like, hey man, I thought yesterday I told you that she was like, oh, I pulled one of your moves. I was like, what you talking about? I was like, I'll never go to sleep. I said, all you got to do is touch me in the morning. And she was like, nah, well, maybe I must have been tired. And I get it, right? It happens. It just happens, right? But yeah, see you tonight.
So, ladies and gents, we want to hear from you. All the ladies that's
I
tuned
love
in right now, we want to hear from you. I mean, this is nothing but the fellas talking. So, we
Mhm.
want to get your mindset on how you guys see things. Do us a favor, comment down below. Let us know
Please
your
do.
thoughts because we want to hear from you guys. We want to know what women are thinking, what's in your mind, what's happening. How do you feel about this discussion? And I think, between the fellas, we've kind of went around the spectrum of how we kind of see certain things and stuff like that. So pick out whatever you want or, anything. Just let us
Yeah,
know, man. We want to hear
please
from
do.
you. Don't forget, subscribe to this YouTube page. Click on the bell because every Thursday we do post a new video. Plus, give us a thumbs up and share this YouTube with your family and friends, along with the podcast that we are on Apple, Google, Spotify, and Anchor. Give us a share and a follow there also, man. All right.
Pee Wee, how
Yes,
about
sir.
this? How about this?
Talk to me, Juan.
How about uh, you guys hit us up and we do a part two? Invite you
And I
in
like it.
and give us your perspective on this
Hmm.
topic.
I like it. Married
Right?
or single? Married or
Yeah,
single?
married or
Or
one of
divorced?
each. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
whatever
yeah.
the case may be.
I
Right?
like that.
To get the ladies' perspective
I like that.
of we may just have it all wrong.
Right.
Right.
This is
Absolutely.
this is just our opinion.
I
But I
love
said
it.
these are the fellas, and we're trying to
Right?
figure it out ourselves. So
Yes,
we do
sir.
want to hear from you guys, and we would love to have you on the show if you would like. All right, man. That's Juan Fuego. That's Deacon Zaid. I'm your man, Big Pee Wee. We are the No Boundaries crew. You guys enjoy your Thursday, and we see you guys next week. All right, man. Peace and
Yes,
blessings.
sir.
Peace.
Peace.